Dear students, hope you are doing well. I am also fine by the mercy of the Almighty. Though you are undergoing a critical situation regarding the recent outbreak of COVID-19. So today I am EBNUL HOSSAIN, assistant teacher in English at PLSC School and College BOGURA with you. And our today's class is for the students of class 7, and our class is on English second paper, and our today's topic, the transformation of sentences, and this is the part 2 of the transformation of sentences, as because we already discussed the part 1 of the transformation of sentences in the previous classes. So today we are going to learn some more rules of transformation of sentences, and today we are going to learn some rules on the transformation of affirmative sentences to negative sentences. And in the previous class we learned the 4 rules, and in today's class we are going to learn the more consequential rules. That means rule number 5. Rule number 5. Every becomes there is no ... but. Here notice the rules that if we find the word every in the affirmative sentences, then we can change these affirmative sentences into negative ones by using the phrases there is no ... but. Now I am explain these rules by writing down an example on the board, then you will get clarified. Affirmative sentence. Affirmative. Every mother loves her child. So we can change this affirmative sentence into negative sentences this way. In the place of every, we can use there is no. There is no. Then the word mother, but loves her child. So notice the rules, and notice the example that every mother loves her child. This is the affirmative sentences, and we change these affirmative sentences into negative sentences this way. In the place of the word every, we can use there is no. Then the next word mother will remain unchanged. That means there is no mother. Then the bird loves her child, and loves her child, these words will remain unchanged. So every mother loves her child. The negative sentence is there is no mother but loves her child. So this is the rule number 5. Now I am going to write down another rule. Rule number 6. Sometimes becomes not always. Here notice the rules. If the what sometimes comes in the affirmative sentences, then we can change these affirmative sentences by using not always. Now let's have a look on the example on the board. Affirmative sentence. The poor are sometimes happy. Then we can change this affirmative sentence in negative sentence. This way, negative sentence, and we already said that sometimes becomes not always. So this sometimes changes into not always. So the poor are in the place of the word sometimes we can use not always. So the poor are not always happy. Here notice the rules. The sometimes becomes not always. That means sometimes in the negative, in the affirmative sentences turns into or change into not always. And here notice the example. The poor are sometimes happy. That means in the negative we can say that the poor are not always happy. So this is the rule number 6. Now let's go to the rule number 7. Rule number 7. Two dot dot two becomes so dot dot that. And notice the rules. 2 dot dot 2, these characters is in the affirmative sentences, then we can check. So notice the rules. The rule number 7. Here rule number 7, 2 dot dot 2 becomes so dot dot that. That means if we find the words 2 dot dot 2 in the affirmative sentences, then we can change the affirmative sentences into negative sentences by using so dot dot that. Now I am giving the example in support of the rule. Affirmative sentence. He is too weak to walk. So this is the affirmative sentences, and we can see the words to. So if we find these words in the affirmative sentences, so we can change this to into so dot that in the negative sentences. So we can change this sentence into negative. He is so weak that he cannot walk. So this is the negative. So we can see some changes in the negative sentences, that after the conjunction that, the subject he is repeated here, and then the another negative auxiliary cannot is seen in the sentences. So if the negative sentences, he is so weak that he cannot walk. So this is the negative of the affirmative sentence. He is too weak to walk. So in replace of the word to, and we can use so, then dot dot to instead that. So this is the rule number 7, and these rules comes frequently in the question paper. So you will practice these rules very carefully. Now I am going to the rule number 8. Rule number 8. Rule number 8. Here the word many becomes not a few. Here look at the board and the rules very carefully, that if we find the word many in the affirmative sentences, then this affirmative sentence can be changed into negative sentences by using the words not a few. So this is a very easy rules. We can change this type of sentences easily. Now I am citing an example. Affirmative sentence. I have many books. I have many books. Here we can see the word many. So in the negative, we have to change this word many into a not a few. That means in the negative we can we can use the phrases not a few instead of many. Negative sentence. I have not a few books. We can change these sentences in this way, another way. That means I do not have fields. So these are the alternative method. We can change this type of sentences into negative one. So you have to practice the rules again and again and frequently. Now I am going to the rule number 9, the another rules. This is the rule number 9. As so adjective joke as becomes not less so adjective joke then. So we can say that if this structure is found in the affirmative sentences, then we can change this type of affirmative sentences into negative sentences by using the structure not less plus adjective plus then. Affirmative sentences. He is as good as refined. So we can change this affirmative sentence into negative one by using the structure not less plus adjective plus then. He is not less good than refined. So these rules is also very important for you, and these are the rules you can practice with much more care and attention to change the affirmative sentences into negative sentences. And if you change the negative sentences into affirmative sentences, that means the vice versa, then you can use the rules reversely. So this is the easy way to master the rules of vice versa, that means the negative sentences into affirmative sentences. And in the previous class, we discussed the 4 rules, and in today's class we write down the more 5 rules, and these rules are very important, and near the getting the rules is not the real factor, but you have to understand it and you have to practice it, and by following the rules, or you have to change the affirmative sentences into negative sentences by applying these rules. So practice the rules and have a get mastery over the transformation of sentences. And this class, it is expected that this class will also be helpful for you, and stay home and stay safe. Thank you all, and see you again in the next class.